Hey y'all, come on in. It's porch setting Sunday, but it's too cold to be porch setting. So I went out there and I couldn't take it. So I come back in and I can't put that video together. I showed you the mountains and all that, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's too cold. I'm freezing to death right now. I had a coat on. Get your coffee. We're still going to have a little chat. We're still going to have coffee talk. Or not coffee talk, but we're still going to have porch setting Sunday story. Even though we're not in the porch, we're in the bathroom at my makeup desk. So, and my eyes are better. I've had pink eye, y'all, and I haven't been able to even put makeup on, but today I was able to put makeup on. My eyes are still a little, you know, this one especially. This is my weak eye. But anyway, all is well on the Blankenship front. In the homestead of the Blankenships. Get your coffee. I wanted to give you a little coffee tip. If you like strong coffee but you don't like the bitter taste, when you make it strong, put a little bit of salt in the coffee when you put it in your coffee maker, and it will take away that strong taste. Now a lot of you have the K-cups. I don't like the K-cups because I can't get it strong enough with the K-cups. So anyway, take you a drink. It's very cold. I'm going to get warm. Another thing I wanted to tell you. I'll be doing my Coffee Talk Friday on this Friday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. So I'll see you there too. So the story I wanted to tell today was one of... I'm torn between two. One about, I love my mother-in-law. I really, really do. But I love my mother too. So I wanted to, I don't have a whole lot of good stories about my mom, but I will tell you this one. It's a funny one. I've got something in my eye, y'all. I can't, it's blurry. But anyway, we used to go every summer. We used to go to Kentucky, where my mom was born and raised. It's Pikeville, Kentucky, and we was in Rock House, Kentucky. Some of y'all, I hope some of you are from around there that are watching me. But anyway, my aunt lived at Rock House, Kentucky. She just died about a year ago, so I don't think it was quite a year ago yet. But anyway, she was our historian of the family. But every time my dad would ask for a beer, it's a wonder I'm not an alcoholic, but anyway, every time Dad would have me get him a beer, before I got it to him, I'd drunk half of it. Yeah. So one time, we had went to Kentucky, and every time we went, you know, Kentucky was a dry state, but there was moonshiners. You know, Loretta Lynn talked about the moonshiners, so... Anyway, Loretta Lynn just lived right up the road from where my aunt lived in Butcher Holler. So, my dad would always, every time he'd go, he would always get my aunt's oldest sons to go get him some moonshine. Well, back then, you know, moonshine wasn't like some of the moonshine you get today. Some of the moonshine you get today, it's you'd rather take a bottle of alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and drink it than to drink some of that moonshine. But anyway, because I've smelled some of it, and I have tasted some of it. I got something in my eye, youngins. I don't know what it is. But anyway, let me turn a light on. No, that makes me orange. But anyway, Dad would get moonshine. Well, I always, everything my daddy did, I wanted to do. And if Dad was drinking moonshine, I was drinking moonshine. Now, was it right? No, it wasn't right. Would I give my kids at when I was only about 8 or 9 years old, I was 10 years old, I remember now, I was at 10 years old. And would I give my kids moonshine at 10? No, I would not. But Dad thought it was funny. Because, see, my dad was an alcoholic. Yes, he was an alcoholic, but he wasn't a mean alcoholic, and he wasn't a lazy alcoholic. When he drank, he worked. My dad held down 3 jobs. My dad was, well, actually, he held down 4, if you count. He was a volunteer fireman. He was a police officer, not a volunteer. He got paid. He was a police officer. He worked in a, it's called Fate Root and Heath Company, where they made locomotives, and Dad was a welder, so he made locomotives that are still probably on the railroad tracks now. And then also he was the town, 2 towns actually, Plymouth and Shiloh. He was the garbage man on the weekend. He always picked up everybody's garbage. So he worked 4 jobs. And he worked hard at those 4 jobs. My dad, that's where I got my work ethics from. But I'm shocked I'm not an alcoholic. So, anyway, when Dad got his moonshine, he let me drink some of that moonshine. Well, I got pickled one day. It was during the day. Dad started drinking early. And so I got brave, because at that age I was smoking. You know, back then we could buy cigarettes at 7, 8 years old. And I smoked. I was smoking at 10 years. I was smoking at 7. I just started smoking around Mom and Dad at 10 because I got brave enough with my cigarettes at 10 years old. After drinking enough moonshine to get me a little pickled, I went to the car and got my cigarettes that I had bought and hid and brought with me from Ohio to Kentucky. And here I come up the holler to my aunt's. We had to walk. We had to park at the bottom of the hill and walk all the way up her hill. Here I came with my cigarette, smoking at 10 years old, and Mom jerked that cigarette out of my mouth and slapped my face. And my Uncle Toter said, "Now, Margaret, what do you want her to do? You'd rather her smoke and know what she's smoking, or do you want her to smoke one of them left-handed cigarettes?" And Mom said, "Well, I don't want her smoking at all." But see, Mama's smoking. Dad smoked. And after I started smoking in front of Mom and Dad, and I was working and buying my own cigarettes, because back then, cigarettes were 35 cents a pack. I remember gas being 25 cents a gallon. I really do. And the reason I do is because I always mowed grass for people. I worked like my dad worked. I always had a job. I always was working 2 and 3 jobs at a time. I was babysitting. I was mowing people's grass, and in the wintertime I babysat and I shoveled sidewalks and driveways for people. I was always cleaning my grandmother's toilet and earning money that way. I would do her dishes and earn a quarter here and a quarter there. So I was always working at something. So anyway, that happened, and I was smoking at 10 in front of Mom and Dad, but I started smoking at 7. I had older brothers and sisters, and an uncle that was the same age as my brother, and so we all hung out together when Grandma would have a party. All the kids would gather up in the basement, and we would play records and smoke and dance and talk and, you know, whatever, while we was playing our music in the basement. So that's what we did. And if any of you all started smoking at a young age, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you now, I don't smoke now. I haven't smoked for years. I quit smoking when I was 38. So almost 30 years ago, well, yeah, it would be 30 years probably. I'm 65 now, so yeah. I quit in my 30s. I was about 38 or 39, I think. So, and I quit smoking. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, and I forgot to welcome in my new subscribers. I have new subscribers, and welcome. My name's Susie, and I tell stories on Sunday about my life and how I grew up, and about my married life, and about my kids growing up, and things that we did with our kids. And I tell stories about my childhood. I also do makeup. I want to start doing cooking, and when I learn to edit, or I may do on my live, I may do my cooking on live. So I'm also on TikTok. I haven't made any TikToks yet. I've made a few, but nothing major. I've told a few stories on there. So if you all want, go follow me on TikTok. I'm SusieQ B there too. Or Susie Blankenship on there. I'm Susie. Anyway, you know my face. Just type in Susie and you'll find me. But anyway, I hope y'all will come back and see me. I hope Tuesday we're going to have a get ready with me again and a little chit chat. I like to get ready and chit chat, don't you? I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. So if you haven't subscribed, if you are old here, welcome back. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you liked the video. Leave me a comment, because I love reading your comments. I may not get back to you real quick, but I do read them, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I promise. I hope y'all will come back on Tuesday to see what I'm talking about on Tuesday, and I hope that you have a good Monday and a good Tuesday. I'll see you Tuesday late afternoon. I love you guys. Bye.